hero, legendary fighters for the Great War, the 23rd battle, the Great War itself, the shadow and might of Golden Goddess Diana wiped out the albino and Aegeus peoples from the universe. Fear gripped the universe. However, Barbara, Uyui, and Makubi had defeated her. One last element to the Prince of Darkness plan to revive Immorgontezin and setting the entire universe to darkness is close at hand. And all across the universe, all the planet, the Lord God Almighty declared and said a hopeful message that all those that take part in the fight to destroy the Prince of Darkness and the hordes of demons and those that side with them, that their peoples and their families will be blessed. The fate of the universe was in their hands. What were they going to do? So the ensuring, the Bankeron, the Scholastica, the Composition, all the Sulmachin, the Tectorans, the Allied Forces, the Independents, Ophira, Starbar, Gaba, the Elders, everyone, the whole universe, put aside the differences and charge to planet Nibatu, the home of the Prince of Darkness. As the Prince of Darkness looked in the horizon with his one foot on top of a ledge and the rest of his body crouching down on it, looking at the horizon and the grand alliance of the entire universe ready to oppose him, he marveled and laughed and said, "At long last my time has come. My grand ambition, my Eon plan. All these fools will come to witness the beginning of their ends. Abeldarpan, you are the last piece to my puzzle. Fail, and you will be a part of much greater design. Succeed, and you will live to see my rule. Abeldarpan, along with the Builderon, the Constitute led by Korra, who was pissed off that his Lord Delator had fallen to the Big Three, had sided with the Prince of Darkness, along with all the hordes and demons, the leftover troops from Paul Harrow, and the LaFleur mechs that are joined the Prince of Darkness due to the LaFleur Prime and the Golden Goddess Diana. LaFleur joining the Prince of Darkness and being a part of Immorgontezin. The army was immense. Both sides, all leaders, Queen Meadows' forces and Queen Alexa's forces, had all joined. The power was fierce. As the war began, scores of billions of both sides flooded the planet. It was an all-out war. Carnage, the smell of death could be seen and smelled for miles. The power was immense. That the broadcasters during the times of the tournaments had secretly gone in the planet to film and record. The entire universe watched as their fate was on the balance by those that once fought each other for control, now working together against the very fabric of evil itself. As the battle progressed on, Sarah Lee was trying to use her psychic abilities to mind control and levitate the demons away, but a chief demon had appeared to her. Her mind was being blocked. Her telepathic powers were not working, and then Seth rescued her and said, "Use your blaster. Your telepathic powers will not work against these demons." And then she rallied on. On the back lane were the Federation of Flower, Kanaro Rota. Kanaro Rota and Spore were in the back, fighting the demons, as they didn't want to fight those floor mechs, because they'd seen us betrayal. Everyone was fighting bravely, from the Insurance to the Albino, not the Albino, the Insurance to the Pinecone, as the Silmachin and his son, Clifton was in the back, Braithron, Sherman, Dr. Alvo, some returned so much and John Bippo, and most of the merchants and the philosopher, the Carmel and Xavier forces were in the front line, fighting the main horde of the Builder as the demons and Tankaron troops fought on. Then suddenly Korra arrived in the Kozuchu Main's mothership, determined to make a dent in his battle, started blasting his laser to the Allied forces, destroying the mechs of the Tagdurans and killing many allies. This was a problem, and so Duke said he would deal with it. He then told Ron to spin his spinner, and then Ron spin his spinner, threw his spinner in the air. Duke jumped from the ground onto the spinner, and from the spinner crashing into the ship, killing some Kozuchu mechs, and he was invading the ship. While all this was going on, carnage, chaos, death could be smelled from everywhere. As John Bippo and Samaritan were fighting hard to destroy the island of Telecom, the last great evil, before they head straight for the prince himself. And they say, "You fools, you think you destroy me? I am the Eye of Telecom. I am a literal god. You cannot destroy me." And then Samaritan's like, "You feel this fist, you idiot." And John Bippo was like, "The end of Builder-Run, the end of the Builder-Run of being a scourge upon the universe is over. Witness, the people are here to take your place." And say, "You people's nothing but pretenders. Fall before my might." And while all this is going on, Phaedra had emerged from the ashes from when Fidel was defeated by Delator all those years ago. The war was going on for 5 years, so yeah. And he was like, "What? I've returned? I've been blessed. Back in human form now." And he could sense the great evil that was all over the universe. And he sensed the source. And Phaedra turned to the Phoenix and used his fiery fury to fly quickly to the battlefield. And so, after some time during the battlefield, Miss C, Mona Ui's mother and Uiyui's aunt was fighting bravely, shooting demons and Tigeron forces as she going along. Then suddenly, she became injured, and then she fell to the ground. And then seeing this, Law, one of the Ui Pingham allies, along with Akka Royal, guarded her body as Mona was fighting her way and boxing up the enemies. She did not know her mother was down. Ui was fighting bravely, seeing that his sister was gone. He was determined to fight for the future, for what was left of it. And then he witnessed four, the biggest of his siblings, and the pacifist. And he was like, "Four, what are you doing here?" And then Four was like, shooting a gun at the enemies. "I have to fight and defend our clan and our universe. But if the universe is destroyed, what is there to defend?" Ui smiled and said, "Well done." And then the two of them matched their backs and began to fight. Back in the front line, the Builder-Run were fighting the Carmel and Xavier forces. The officers, knights, and dukes of Carmel and Xavier were fighting bravely as Prince Brian and Met were fighting the hordes of the Builder-Run in the Insane. Elswit and Jedafan were fighting demons all across the place. Everyone was fighting bravely for the Assurance. Everyone. And it was during this time that the former Team Madonian was also fighting as well. Then suddenly Vix had fallen, being consumed by a horde of demons and was eaten alive. And then Spice threw up his helmet at them, killing them instantly. And then another demon, a much larger one, grabbed him and puked acid on his head, killing him instantly. Jordan had lost both of his sworn allies and went berserk, slaying demons with his spear and going bananas all over the battlefield. He could not be stopped as Mark Yubi watched on. He wanted to aid him, but he was quickly surrounded by demons and had to fight. While all these things was going on, Phaedra had finally arrived and then suddenly he was blasting his flames across the battlefield and slaying the big giant monsters of the demons, breaking them in half and destroying their armaments. And then Prince of Darkness looked on and said, "Well, isn't this is very unexpected? This is treason. Well, what I'm doing now is treason in itself, but Anguru, destroy him!" And then Prince of Darkness sent the Anguru troops after him. And then Fidel was busy fighting Anguru in the skies. See, the Prince of Darkness was not Satan, but Satan was still locked away in hell. Instead of freeing Satan, he went to forge his own way and plan eons for this plan to rule the universe and bring it into darkness on his own terms. Thus, him and all the demons and all the people join him with traitors of the original origin of evil itself. So, yeah, that's why he said that. And all this was going on. Barbara, Star 8, and O'Farah were waiting outside of the main keep where Morgante's body was going to be laid. They wait outside, separating themselves from the main battle for the signal for the Iron Battalion to be defeated. So when Morgantes appeared, they'd be ready to face him. During this time, King John Royal and King Dean Guardian met up in battle. And John Royal saved Dean as his back was turned, and on a horse, John slaying the demon. And he was like, "You must watch your back, Dean." And Dean was stunned that his rival had now saved him. So the two got off their horses and went back to back, blasting and slaying their swords to and fro. An amazing show of unity. Not to be outdone, the kings of Carmel and Xavier also show their unity, saving one another from danger as they fight off against Batella, the leader of the Battalion. As Jennifer and everyone else was fighting the other leaders of the Battalion. The Bilderun. And Baal was just going up madness. And troops from both sides were dying out. And G-Gon had to rescue officers and troops that were really wounded at this time. Bond had run out of bombs and was eaten alive by the enemy. And Dan was nowhere to be seen. Tim was in the middle of the battlefield and he got injured. And then Gilo Kine had to rescue him. Jerome and Francis were fighting bravely. Everyone is giving it their all. People were dying and falling as we speak. Antioch and the composition were fighting bravely. This was the greatest fight they've ever been witnessed. This was the final battle. And then John Bickle, Samarita, had defeated the Iron Battalion. At last, the last piece of the great evils was now acquired. All 9 of them. And so his essence went inside the temple. O'Farah, Barbara, and Star 8 went inside to rush. And then John Bickle and Samarita went to fight the Prince of Darkness in hopes of slaying him and hopes of beating him as their plan B. And so the Prince of Darkness is like, John Bickle, Samarita, you two again. I had enough of you. You've been dancing for eons now. But as you see, I'm close to my grand design. Victory is mine, and I am more powerful here in this place than ever before. John Bickle and Samarita, determined to defeat him, minced no words and prepared themselves for battle. And John Bickle said, "He will slay you and end this madness. Prepare to die, Prince of Darkness." And Prince of Darkness lifted both his hands, and dark flames were on both of them. And he said, "Come, you two. I will show the true strength in which I have." And then the two saw and then 3 of them saw battling as Samarita and John Bickle were battling Prince of Darkness. The battle was immense. The Prince of Darkness was still more stronger than ever, transforming in and out of his demon form, human form, and moving more fast and stronger than he ever was. Indeed, the presence of great evil and darkness in this world had strengthened him tremendously, and they were going after the big cheese himself. as the Allied forces fought on. Everywhere was a mess. The L clan fought bravely and helped each other. As you saw, Commonwealthans helping Medonians and Medonians, the L clan, helping Alexis forces and Alexis forces helping Sudan merchants, and the Sudan merchants helping the royals, and insurance and bank run working side by side, and everyone was working together. Elders were working together. Cooperation was all that they cooperate or die. But in the end, doing their do, some returned, and John Bippo was soundly defeated. John Bipple's blade was broken in two and was kicked and was greatly injured. And then one of some return's arms was broken by Prince of Darkness and was pushed back on top of John Bipple. Then the Prince of Darkness lifted both his hands, more black flames, bigger and brighter and stronger, and said, I had enough of you two. Now you will burn in ashes. The darkness you go. As he is about to launch an attack. So much has finished slaying over 1,000 demons in his hands to save his son and John Bipple. And he slashed his pendulous sword, deflecting the blast, and went in to face him. And the Prince of Darkness laughed and said, This is how much at last we meet again. This is our final meeting. But as I'm close to victory, maybe I will try and tell me where she is and have fun all over her insides. So much and raised his sword and said, You bastard. And then he went out to fight him. And then suddenly the Prince of Darkness turned the darkness in his hands into a blade-like substance, and the two clashed their swords. As this was going on, Magontezan had appeared. Barbara, Pharaoh, had started prepared themselves to face the mighty monster itself. The giant lava flow volcano opening has got giant black claws and a hideous face. So hideous and dark, so hideous and disgusting that it would give you nightmares if you look at it too long. But during this fight, the contest monster disappeared, and the essence of the Prince of Dark, no, the essence of faction, Cyrus, Paul Hara, Dad Batalcon, KGMB, the floor Prime, Diana LaFleur, I'm missing somebody. Cyrus, and Chaos. Yeah, Chaos. It all appeared. Oh, yeah. And Delator. Delator's original form, Delator's dragon form, and Delator fused with Red R to form the End Times Dragon. Keep on appearing in and out. The three of them was not expecting this. The battle was immense. And the Ivor Telephone came and started taking control of the bank run and insurance of Star 8 and Bo Pharaoh. Being neither of these broke the Ivor Telephone spell and was beating him up. And then during the time the Floor Prime came and the Fire Witness, our Lord, our Master, and she was like, I see all your splendor, my Lord. You're as powerful as ever. But it is time that this student overcame her master. And then she went to face him. And then Diana Floor appeared. And then Bobo was weak and said, Diana, I'm sorry I failed you. I was quivering. And then Star 8 had to go rescue him by fighting her. And then he was fighting Agent Bean, his former master. And he was like, my master and Lord, the very first one. I longed to face you, as I long abandoned working at your service. The time has come for me to seek independence. And there's fighting faction and Cyrus and Chaos and Dark Damien was there too. And everybody, all the evils. And then literally they had 13 minutes. Within 13 minutes, Magontezan break free into the atmosphere and suck all of the entire universe into total and utter darkness. So it's literally 13 minutes before the end of the universe. The whole weight of the entire universe. And then the strongest woman alive, Ophira. The second strongest woman alive, Star 8. And the greatest and most loyal warrior of all time, Bora Bora. As they fought on. They fought harder against Mogontes as he appeared, because he was the main one to defeat. Everyone else was just aberrations of their former selves. However, as in the final minutes, no, as the final seconds appeared, the Allies rushed to launch all they had on Mogontes, bypassing all other enemies surrounding them. And with that, the core of Mogontes was breached, and then Balboa sacrificed himself and went straight in and said, I have to do this. If for nothing else, for Diana, I have to, as he charged, to prevent something far more worse from coming in. When his pure light and noble virtue had slain the beast, and he was consumed within the destruction. The entities that he had controlled were all burned away, going to their humble abode. Now as Starry and O'Farrell looked up, they saw Balboa and Diana embracing each other and kissing as they twirled around to the air. They also saw the floor looking up and going up as well, and all the other forces going down to the pits of hell which they belonged. It was just amazing and astonishing. Back outside, a great yell, scream had appeared. Suddenly, the great darkness had filled the entire universe. The great force of evil energy was gone. The Prince of Darkness looked behind and said, What? Mogontes defeated? My long eons plan ruined. But how? Who? And he looked in the battlefield and expressed all those that were there. And said, O'Farrell, Saeed, Balboa. No, I've been had. Ah! The Prince of Darkness was screaming out loudly. And then soon Merchant, on the ground, saw this as an opportunity. He quickly picked up the Pendril sword and started running up towards the Prince of Darkness and said, Now I slay you, demon. But the Prince of Darkness vanished in thin air before so Merchant could lay the final blow. And then all the demons that were left on the battlefield vanished. Seeing the defeat, the Tigeron and the Bilderun forces that were left alive put up their hands and surrendered. And then, out of the castle, O'Farrell and Saeed walked out. O'Farrell lifted up her hands, lifted her baton in her hand, and triumphed and said loudly, We have triumphed! And then everyone in the crowd, the Allied forces, gave a screaming yell, and the war was over. Broadcasting all over the universe, announcers in all the different languages and species on the universe rejoiced. The people rejoiced and thanked the Lord. Victory was theirs, evil was slain, and the universe was saved. And at last, all the powers that be are now come together in peace. At war's end, there was casualties. Mona had discovered her mother's dead body. Oe tried to comfort her, but Mona was crying bitterly. The Allied forces all hugged each other and embraced. It was all over now. And Bond was gone. Jordan had to come to realize that his friends, Spice and Vix, were no more. The Allied forces, reinforcements, Clifton had prepared from the dimensions after he was fighting against Damia's troops. Universal and Bolokov had appeared during the fight, along with cannons and artillery. Clifton was pleased by this, as the artillery was much needed to beat back the advancing demons and save thousands of their allies. With this, the battle was over, and now all that was left was to deal with the aftermath.